This time we were able to surround Bruce Campbell with a much higher caliber of professional actor, as opposed to just local Detroiters in the theater groups. Really, every aspect of the production was now manned by a professional, where before it was people who we could get off the street who would do it for next to nothing.
So how did that affect the way you worked?
It was wonderful. I was captain of a ship that now had trained professionals running the engine room and the steering deck, as opposed to trying to bail out water from my rowboat just to make sure I stayed afloat.
We didn't want to create a movie that would have, cause kids to have nightmares. That wasn't the goal. It was just to give them a roller coaster ride for 90 minutes and they could go home and forget about it. And so Evil Dead 2 was even more like that, really. We wanted to have a masser, a wider appeal. So we took out some of the real gore and put in a couple of Three Stooges type gags.
It's as much a black comedy as a horror film. This is one of the more bizarre scenes in which our hero, Bruce, is taunted by his own hand after having chopped it off.
How much of the humour was intentional in?
In the hand scene, it was intentional. We tried to make it eerily funny.
There's an appalling pun in there, isn't there, concerning a Hemingway book. Have you got any shame, Sam?
No. Not when it comes to telling jokes, bad jokes for the audience. Anything that could get a laugh, I'm usually in favor of.
Here's your new home.
With a much bigger budget and more ambitious script for The Evil Dead 2, Sam knew that the special effects had to be absolutely top-notch. So he came here to a studio in Pasadena, California, to work with the man responsible for the Nightmare on Elm Street series, Mark SHOSTROM. Do you have any favourite special effects scenes in the movie?
I think anything involving Henrietta, which is part of this creation here.
This is Henrietta in a later stage, isn't it?
This is Henrietta after his or her head transforms.
Little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird.
Hey, I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul. I'll swallow your soul.
Swallow this.
And the poor unfortunate chosen to play Henrietta was Sam's brother, Ted Raimi.
We had to put Ted Raimi in a stunt harness on wires and put the suit on him and the makeup, a 6-hour makeup job. So before the day even began, he was extremely uncomfortable. They hoisted him on the wires. He's floating around the room. He's got contact lenses in. He's sweating. And Sam's going, look this way. Yeah, okay, now act. Now hit your mark. And it took about 3 days to shoot that whole scene.
It sounds like the worst job in the world.
For Ted Raimi, I'm sure it was.
Is that why he used his brother? He knew he could get away with it?
Sam knew he could. It was a very smart move.
How happy do you feel with the finished product, Evil Dead 2?
It's okay. I think it's okay. It was a fine picture to make when I was 26, and now that I'm 28, I want to make a picture that's probably about 10 times as good.
The The final scenes of Evil Dead 2 left Sam the option of bringing back Bruce at least one more time, although there are no plans at the moment. Instead, Sam is intent on making a film which he hopes will reach a much wider audience than just horror fans.
Oh man, he's got the best visual style of anyone around today. An incredible visual style and a sense of pacing, which is another thing that I think is very important in directing.
I think he learns an incredible amount every time he makes a movie. And I think that's a good indication because the more he makes, I think the better he's going to get.
I'm waiting for him to reach his full potential, because then I think he'll make a movie that everyone will respect. I mean, something that is of a Capra or a Spielberg. I think he has those qualities of a great director.
I love movies, and I love entertaining the audience, or I love trying to entertain the audience. I'm not making any bold claims. I'm just saying my goal is to thrill people with the movies, and hopefully, when I'm a good enough filmmaker, to not enlighten, but what I mean to say is uplift them. Uplift them, that's the word I mean to say.